テスト？何をする気だよ。この時間に？今から？
Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko, and they cry. This tea party is somehow not over yet. What a long tea party. But we're here again. Last time the glass broke, that was my cue to end the part. We're definitely recording for at least an hour and a half, I think, last part. So yeah, we just got a really long tea party on our hands, it seems like. This tea party is like its own episode at this point. I mean, it kind of is, right? It kind of is its own episode. It's basically, right? I mean, think about it. We've had another family conference, and we've had more murders going on, and it's just in a different style than usual. That's all there is. It's this tea party should be its own episode at this point. But it is a tea party. This is still titled tea party. I do not have tea with me right now. I did not prepare tea for this part, but I did prepare tea for the first part, and that's what matters, I think. This is now the let's see. Is it the fourth or third part of the tea party? The first part was up until they started trying to solve the gold. The second part was this could be the fourth part. Wait, the second part was when they let's see. The second part was where they managed to solve the gold. Yeah, they solved everything. And let's see. How did the second part end? I don't actually remember how the second part ended. Second part had any I don't think any murder. Yeah, no murders had occurred yet, but at the end of the second part, after that glass break, and then the third part, which was last part, right? I think last part is where all the killing went down, and now we have this. I think this is the fourth part. Okay, that we're on right now. So fourth part. I think we've had 3 glass breaks. I think. Yes, we have had 3 glass breaks. Yes. This is the fourth part. Okay. So fourth part, guys. Welcome back. And yeah, last part. Rudolph and Kiria exposed themselves as psychopaths, basically. Killed everyone in the room of the gold, including Beato herself. And have now left to kill everyone else, except for Battler, of course, because that's Rudolph's son. And Rudolph is going to try to convince Battler to go with them. Insanity. And they set the bomb to on, so it's going to go off at midnight in 23 hours or so. So yeah, they're full on going for it. They're fully on they're dead set on this plan. So let's go. All right. Battler yelled wildly into the receiver. When he said at this time of night, George and Jessica turned to look. According to the clock, it was past midnight. It might be a normal time to be told to brush their teeth and go to bed, but they couldn't understand what this test was all about.
わかったよ。変わるぜ。
Hand what over?
ジョージの兄貴に、うちの親父から。
Oh, to his dad, okay. Oh. I see. So this is how they're planning to kill them off one by one. Call George over for a test, quote unquote. Kill him. Call Jessica over for a test, quote unquote. Kill her. And then Maria. Okay, that's how they plan to do things. Okay.
もしもし、変わりました。ジョージです。
ジョージです。
おう、ジョージ君が。
Don't do it, George.
こんな時間にすまね
えな。Don't do it, George. They're planning to kill you.
寝てたわけじゃねえだろ。みんなでいろいろ盛り上がってたんだろ。
そんなところで。マリアちゃんは寝ててね。いや、目が覚めたみたいです。
Oh man.
それで何の話ですか？バトラ君はテストとか言ってましたけど。
ああ、親父にも困ったもんさ。さっき唐突に
Wow.
上から降りてきてな。
Wow.
いろいろあった挙句、どの孫が次の当主にふさわしいかなんて話に急
It's
になった。
just like episode 4, you know? It's just like episode 4. This is insane. Is this how episode 4 went down then? Is this how episode 4 really went down? You know, because last part I said no. But now I'm starting to think that it might be. And it makes sense because the who am I question that Beato asked in the end is referring to the bombs, not to Beato herself. Beato was already dead by that point. So episode 4 is the real episode. It's just everything else that happened was narration lies. Everything the Battlers saw was real, but everything else that happened was lies. The one who killed Kumasawa and Gora then in the storehouse wasn't Beato, it was Rudolph and Kiria. Episode 4 is the episode then. I say the real episode. I still think this is fake. I still think this is one interpretation of what could have happened in episode 4. But yeah, if the narrator was lying, that would add up. But yeah, Nazi died first. Just like how he died first in episode 4. I even called it. I called it that Nazi died first in episode 4. I did. And now they're calling George, Jessica, and Mario over for tests. Who was called in first for the test? George was one that was called in first for the test, wasn't he? And then it was Jessica, and then Maria, and then Battler was last. And then the question was, who am I? And then the bomb went off. Right? Okay. Okay, and then they had the whole battle. Okay, let's keep going.
次期当主はクラウスおじさん。
俺たち4人はみんな次期当主失格だという。それで俺たち親をすっ飛ばして孫から次期当主を選ぶなんて話になっちまったわけさ。
It's just like in episode 4. Okay, there's a few differences to be fair. In episode 4, it wasn't in episode 4, it sounded like Jessica heard her father's name for one. So and Battler was there to witness it. And another thing is, Battler didn't hear Rudolph's voice in episode 1. Not episode 1, episode 4, sorry. In episode 4, Battler didn't hear Rudolph's voice, he only heard Kiria's voice. And everything Battler saw in the first 4 episodes is the true viewpoint, is what really happened, and there are no narration lines regarding what Battler saw. Then this can't be exactly how things went down in episode 4. There has been some revisions, but it does parallel episode 4 very, very, very much. I'll say that.
急な話で俺たちも大いに荒れてる。向こうで兄貴たちはケンケンガクガクやってるぜ。兄貴の金切り声が受話器越しにも聞こえねえか。
そうですか。おじい様がおっしゃることなら仕方がないです。それで僕たちはどうすれば？
ジェシカちゃんから順に一人ずつ呼び出しがあるそうだ。
Looking back, this is hella sus. Looking back.
ちょっと待って。
Okay, looking back, when I know this context now. Looking back, episode 4, it should have been so obvious. When they said, oh, you have a test for you all. Yeah, come out one by one, by the way. Come out one by one and I'll test you guys one by one. Looking back, it should have been so obvious. It really should have been so obvious. Come on. Hindsight is really crazy, right? Because in hindsight, things might seem obvious, but when you're first looking at it, it's not as obvious. It's well hidden.
ああ、もしもし。トップバッターはジョージ君とジェシカちゃんだそうだ。ジェシカちゃんは屋敷の客前。
Wait, no, she was... Okay, in episode 4 at least she was told to go to her room, right?
ジョージ君は礼拝堂の前まで行ってほしいそうだ。
and George was told to go to the arbor in episode 4. Okay, but this is a bit different. But that's fine, that works too. Both works. I mean, again, it's not supposed to be an exact replica of episode 4, but it's fine.
親父のやつめ、おかしなクイズみたいなものを作ったみたいだ。
How are you gonna believe that?
当主の心構えとは何ぞや、みたいな沈問らしいぜ。
Of course, George felt as though something wasn't right. Yeah, exactly. But even if George felt like something was right, there's no way he'd suspect them of wanting to kill him. Surely his feeling that something was right wouldn't be rooted in, oh, if I go after her, I'll probably be killed. No, his feelings would probably be rooted in, something's right, there's some weird thing going on with this test, but I know way they're planning to kill me, right? Of course, I can hear Rudolph's voice, I can trust him. Of course, you can trust your uncle, because it's your uncle. Of course you trust your uncle. Nasty. However, Kinzo's famous for doing radical things on a whim, it's true. Even the strange test seemed plausible once he heard that it was a sudden idea of Kinzo's. But even in that case, if he wanted to test them one by one, why wouldn't he call them out one by one? Like an interview, they should just have to wait in the reception room and go when they were called. Why would two people be called to different places at the same time? The plan didn't seem to make sense, which made George feel as though he was missing something. Oh, George.
しかし、なんだってジョージ君は礼拝堂前なんだろうな。小さな特に要望して。
Oh, Rudolph.
よくはわからねえが、二人きりで話したいことがあるそうだ。おじい様が僕。何の話だろうな。ジョージ君は孫の中で一番優秀だからね。何か特に話したいことでもあるんじゃねえか。ま、とにかくそういうわけだ。すぐに移動してくれ。礼拝堂の方には俺も行くことになった。さっさと済ませようぜ。お互い風邪をひいちまう。そうですか。
Something that's also suspicious is the fact that it's at midnight. After midnight, suddenly Kinzo has a test.
わかりました。では、僕は礼拝堂の前に。ジェシカちゃんは100万円。はい。それでは後ほど。
Rest in peace, you two. Just what sort of test, what sort of private conversation could Kinzo want to have at this time of night? However, it was a well-known fact that Kinzo didn't have very long to live. It was conceivable that he had some last words for each of his individual descendants. Inside George's mind, the faint feeling that something was wrong was replaced by curiosity, and a desire to meet Kinzo directly came to deepness. George sat down the receiver and quickly explained to the others.
聞いたの通りだよ。おじい様が僕たち全員に何かのテストをしたいと言ってる。
Something that George should also see as suspicious is the fact that Rudolph is the one giving the phone call, and he's telling him and Jessica to go. He's not telling Batter and Maria to go. Rudolph is Batter's son, so not Batter's son. Rudolph is Batter's dad, so Rudolph is telling him and Jessica to go, leaving Batter and Maria. But Batter's his son, so he wouldn't want to harm Batter. Muddy's easy enough to take care of because she's a 9-year-old child. That should add up to the list of But again, it's hard overall when it's hard because I understand the feeling curiosity is there for George. I get it. For both George and Jessica, I get it. I'm not like I don't think George is dumb necessarily for believing in Rudolph because again, it's his own uncle. I'd believe in my own uncle if he told me that. I mean, come on now. Maybe not after reading Umineko, I wouldn't, but nah, I'm joking. No, that was a joke. Come on now.
何年かぶりに書斎から出てきたと思ったら、こんな時間にテストごっこかよ。たくじいさんね、何を考えてやがんだ。
それに関しては僕たちの親も同感のようで、かなり揉めてるみたいだ。
ま、揉めたところでじいさまには勝てないんだろうけどな。
そういうことだね。仕方がない。当主様の命令だからね。従おう。まず最初は僕とジェシカちゃんが呼ばれてる。僕は礼拝堂へ、ジェシカちゃんはお屋敷の客前だそうだ。
俺とマリアは
追って連絡があると思うよ。ここで待ってて。
What it just popped.
真夜中のテスト。なんだろう。どんなテストだろう。クイズ？パズル？マリア、狼と羊のパズルなら得意。
Maria, who was now fully awake, seemed to be very excited about this unexpected midnight test.
じゃあ俺たちは留守番してるぜ。
じゃあ行ってくれよ。もう待ってるみたいだし。
Itterashai, mate.
次期当主を孫の誰かにね。私には好都合だぜ。誰かに押し付けるチャンス。
マリア、次期当主になる。なりたい、なりたい。
マリアが次期当主ってのも悪くねえぜ。
じゃあね。また後で。
What is the successor would be something. See you later? Yeah, see you never. You're dead. Rudolph put down the receiver and stood up.
さて、俺は礼拝堂前か。冷えそうだな。ゴーダさん、戻ってきたら熱いコーヒーの用意を頼むぜ。
Gora? Ah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, if Gora's alive, I'd be crazy. Why would you have Gora? That's a messed up thing to say to a corpse, Rudolph. Next to Rudolph, Gora was lying face up. His face was covered by a crossword puzzle book. However, its pages were stained with blood, and there was no need to move the book to imagine how he had met his pitiful end.
どう？いい脚本だったでしょ？
This OST is insane. Insane. Yeah. Absolutely crazy OST.
親父に感謝だぜ。親父の気まぐれってことにしときゃ誰も疑いやしね
え。じゃあ手分けしていきましょう。私はジェシカちゃんを、あなたはジョージ君。
おう、手際よく済ませてのんびりコーヒーでもすすろうぜ。
How can you relax with coffee after murdering all these thieves and children, your own nephews and nieces? How are you gonna chill with coffee after this? There's no way you should be able to, unless you're absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
大丈夫。今頃になって両親の貸しないわ。
Kitty smiled coldly. probably would have been safer to call them out one by one and finish them off together. However, Kitty had chosen to have her husband work separately. She wanted to measure Rudolph's resolve. Wow, Kitty. If she was the only one who got her hands dirty and Rudolph just watched, his heart would not be as dedicated to this venture. Wow, Kitty, wow. By having him dirty his own hands, she could make him truly determined to see this thing through. Kitty understood this sort of mind game better than anyone else. Wow, Kitty. Rudolph reflexively averted his gaze from the cold glint in her eyes, but then he just shrugged and answered her question.
当たり前だろ。10億の金が手に入るかどうかの瀬戸際にいるんだ。俺も男だぜ。人生に二度とないチャンス。棒に振るつもりはねえぜ。
それでこそルドルフさん、私はここ一番のチャンスを逃さない人が好き。そんなあなただから私は好きになった。
Insane.
嬉しいぜ。
ルドルフさん、
なんだ。
ずっと
Is she about to kill him? Nah. No way she's about to kill him.
ずっと私の好きなルドルフさんのままでいたわ。
What is she on about? From what I've seen so far, Kitty seems to be the crazier of the two, which is absolutely wild in my opinion.
当然だろ。俺がいつお前を失望させたよ。お前はそんな心配より祝杯をあげる時のシャンパンの銘柄でも迷ってろってんだ。
そうするわ。いい？バトラ君が大事なら礼拝堂前でジョージ君をやっちゃダメよ。
Oh yeah, of course, because he kills him in front of the child. Yeah. Then back and see the blood, of course.
死体を見つけられたら面倒でしょ。
ああ、分かってる。その辺にうまく誘い出す。雨の屋外でどうとでもなるさ。
西部劇の悪役じゃないんだけどね。メイドの土産とか最後に言い残すことはとか、そんなことやっちゃダメよ。
Kitty lifted up her gun again and pulled on the lever to eject the casing from the bullet she had killed Gora with. So she was the one that killed Gora. That's what she's saying. That's what she's measuring Rudolph's resolve, right? Because she's killed everyone so far. Wow. So when are we gonna come back to Angie and Leon? What are their reactions to all this? That angle? Alright. Wait, what? Eva? Wait, what? You were killed. What? Wait, what's going on? Why is that angle playing with Eva alive? You should be dead. Wait a minute. Eva was holding Hideyoshi's body and crying. She hadn't been shot at all. Wait, what? Did she use his body as a cover? The bullet had grazed the side of her head and missed? How are you gonna mess up like that, Kitty and Rudolph? How are you gonna mess? So she acted like she was dead? Wow. So this is how Eva survived episode 3. Is that what you're telling me? Grazed the side of her head and missed. How did you mess that up? How did you not secure the kill? Kitty, For being such a psychopath, you took the biggest L and couldn't secure the kill? Wow. And you had an extra shot too. You have one more shot too, because you said it yourself. Your bullets you had were not enough to kill all people. But then you had an extra shot once Kiria and once Cross and Natsu died. You had an extra shot to kill everyone and use one more bullet if you wanted to. So you could have missed Eva and still been fine, and then went on to secure the kill, but you didn't. Wow, she's alive. She hadn't been playing dead. Wait, what? She really thought that she had been shot. Wow, she really thought that. Like, the experience was so crazy to her that she really thought she died. When Kitty's gun spat fire, Eva felt something swift and fierce sprayed past her head. Before feeling lightheaded and fainting. Oh, yeah. I mean, that sort of shock. Yeah, that's fair. That sort of shock would be so crazy that you just faint. That makes sense. Then, later on, she woke up in the now silent room of the gold. The corpse of her beloved husband lay beside her, along with the corpses of Cross, Natsu, and Rosa. It was a room of death and piled up bodies. Hey, Beatrice's corpse is there too, by the way. But she had cried all she could over Hidoshi's body. She realized that she still had something she needed to do. And the lever! Pull the lever the other way! Take the lever off! What are you doing, Eva? You're still alive, you're still here! Pull the lever off! Oh, maybe she's too panicked to notice that the lever is on mode. Maybe the panic of what's going on? But then how does she survive at the very end by being Kyodorian? That doesn't make sense. That means she'd let the lever be on at the very end. George is in danger. Ooh, George. What if she goes back up, finds that George is dead? That's it. That she gives up at that point. Because there's nothing left for her. Right? Right, because if she finds George dead, then she's got no family left. Her purpose is done for her. She wanted George to become the next head, but it's not gonna work no more. They're trying to use the bomb to blow up everything, to bury this whole island with an explosion accident. Eva checked the clock and was proven right. As expected, the switch was set to the right, which meant that it was active. So Eva, are you gonna set it off again or what? What's your plan now? Eva moved to flip it to the left and stopped. That's right. As long as the switch points to the right, everything that happens on this island will disappear into a night of illusion. Yes, this is an illusion. No matter what happens tonight, everything will become muddled and hidden away. When she looked at the table with the box of bullets, she saw signs that they had grabbed several large handfuls of bullets from the box. It clearly showed that they planned to use that many bullets. I have to fight, if only to protect just the life of my precious son. The gun that I dropped when I was shot is stuck with the lever handle open. First, learn to reload. Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, before you go back up to the surface, Eva, learn how to reload that gun. That's probably going to be important. Try to figure out how to reload it. Try to learn from Kitty's movements. You probably saw Kitty reloading the gun. Try to see how she did it and try to do a similar thing. Watch out not to shoot yourself. You can shoot around the room. That's fine because it's all gonna blow up anyway. But don't shoot yourself. And try to learn how to reload the gun. No matter how hard they pull, it won't open any further and it won't close again. A bullet must have gone jammed and broken it. It's just as Kiria said. Loading a bullet is tough if you aren't used to it.
力を貸してジョージを守るために力を貸して
Man, the amount of well, okay, I'm not gonna continue that. But yeah, Kitty, you gotta secure your kills. If you're gonna be a psychopath anyway, you gotta secure your kills. And Hidoshi's hand was across his gun, which he had been trying to pick up. Eva took it, prayed to her husband one more time, and tugged on the lever handle. With a light metallic sound, the golden casing spun through the air and bounced off the ground. When she timidly tried to push the lever back, this time it returned to its original place without any resistance. There was another metallic clang. It was the sound of a new bullet being loaded. So, she's learned how to reload. Good job, Eva. What are your thoughts on this, Enji? What are your thoughts?
そんなことだろうと思ったわ。私にとって一番胸くその悪いゲームを見せて嘲笑ってやろうって魂胆ね。
Good, good. Angie's just like me. Angie's seen this. Angie's seen this coming. See? See? She's just like me. We were thinking on the same wavelength. This is just a game to make Angie extremely depressed, right? Don't let it work on you, Angie. All right? I don't think this is what actually could have happened, right? Obviously, that's why you've been transported here, to see this game. In the game so far, various people have been suspected of being the culprit or an accomplice. The only difference now was that Rudolph and Kitty were those suspects. However, that was the most aggravating development possible for Angie. Even Leon was full of painful thoughts. They had been lucky enough to solve the epitaph, which was the only miracle that could lead to a game with no victims. How ironic that they were unable to prevent the tragedy. Does this mean that we aren't allowed to have a future where we all happily return from the silent alive, even if the epitaph is miraculously solved before the crime occurs? I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's the result of all the siblings solving it. You know what I mean? If it was a singular person, if Batner had solved it like he did in episode 5, I think maybe things were a little bit different. Maybe, even though Batner didn't solve it, then it was Erica. But you get the point. But even then, who knows, man? Who knows? The cat box is infinite. The possibilities are endless. There'll be absolutely no miracles. I recall those words, which I had heard in one of the fragments Bernkastel had shown me.
ベルンカステルさん、あなたは私にこの世界の素晴らしさを教えてくれた。そんなあなたがエンジェを傷つけるためだけにこんな物語を紡ぐとは信じたくない。
She might have. She probably just couldn't do anything to you because Wow didn't want her to.
ゲームマスターがあなたであることはもう私にも分かっているんです。教えてください。どうしてあなたはこんなゲームを私たちに見せるんです？
Of course, no one answered Leon's smothered question. The game created to mock Angie continued emotionlessly, with more terrible twists that didn't betray anyone's expectations anymore. Yomotsu Hirasaka Corruption, interesting name for a song or soundtrack, okay?
好きに最悪のゲームを繰り広げればいい。猫箱の中の無限の可能性の中の一つだと言いたいんでしょ。好きになさいよ、好きに。私はこんなことではくじけない。
Good, Angie. Angie has a strong heart. That's good from her.
1986年10月5日の真実をいつか必ず暴いてやるんだから。
After meeting Kitty in the parlor, Jessica was told that the test would be held in the dining hall, and she followed Kitty there.
誰もいねえぜ、キリエおばさん。
Jessica, rest in peace.
すぐに来るわよ。そこに座ってて。
Jessica sat in that chair, looking nervous and agitated. Kitty was by far the calmer of the two. Kitty closed the door behind her, revealing the gun that rested behind it. Jessica was facing the other way, so she saw nothing.
キリエおばさんは聞いているんですか？どんなテストか。
ええ、すぐに終わる。
そうだといいんですけどね。
As she complained, Jessica turned her head around, and the tip of her nose bumped into cold metal. Wow. She did not even get time to react. You know, she bumped into the gun, went She bumped into the gun, went bang. She did not even get a time, like not even a split second for her to start screaming or anything. Nah, bang, dead. No hesitation.
何をするんですか？
後ろから撃つのはどうにも性に合わんよ。
危ないじゃないですか。何の真似です？
銃口を向けて引き金を引くってのは他に何の真似があるってんだ？
Yeah, don't ignore the heart, Rudolph. Why would you kill someone? Don't ignore the heart. Yeah, the motive's important. Why would someone put a gun and pull the trigger? There's gotta be a reason. Rudolph reloaded rapidly and pulled the trigger again without any sign of hesitation. Oh, he shot. Ooh. Oh, what a wait a minute. As the sound of gunfire thundered through the rain, George grabbed at his side and fell to his knees. This is brutal. Look at George crying. Oh, George. He's grabbed in his the side of his stomach. Wow. Wild, Rudolph. Wild. And he's crying a little bit too. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt, man. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. George grabbed his side and fell to his knees.
おかしい。やっぱり狙いより下にずれるさ。この銃、癖が。
You can even finish him off swiftly. You can even give him a quick death, man.
誰か助けて。ルドルフおじさんが。
George started stumbling away, still clutching at his side. His voice as he called for help was weak and thin. Behind him, Rudolph looked perfectly calm as he fiddled with his gun, inspected the sights. I imagine it does for George. A gouging pain in George's side tormented him. So painful that he could barely stand and walk. He leaned against the trunk of a tree. After he crouched down, trying to cover his wound, he was no longer able to stand back up. Drew didn't have a clue what was going on. However, he had thought it strange the whole time. Of course it was strange that he should be called out to a place like this, at a time like this. And yet, how could he have guessed that something was wrong? After all, his own uncle had told him that his grandfather was calling for him from the family complex. How could he have gone suspicious exactly? It's like, I can't blame I can't blame George for this because it's his own uncle. But why would he suspect his uncle of killing him with this? You know what I mean?
悪いな、ヒロキ。いけいか。俺なら背後から脳天をズドンとやった方が気があった。何もわからねえうちにズドンじゃあまりに無慈悲かと思ったんだけど、どうやら逆だったらしい。
どうしておじさんあんなに優しかったおじさん
Look at George crying, man. Why would my uncle do this? Ah, that's pain, bro. That's pain. Why would his own uncle do this?
このところ忘れるな。明日の夜まで全てなかった。
You can't forget about this because he's dead. He's going to die in a second. With a quick use of the lever handle, he loaded another bullet. The casing of the bullet that had pierced George's side felt hard to see in front of him. Is Eva about to show up and save George? Oh. What if Eva shows up right now and saves George and kills Rudolph? That would be big, you know? Of course, George didn't have a clue what Rudolph was talking about. Especially because in their chapel, in front of the chapel, there is a chance that Eva comes running out and saves George. That would be big. Well, save George. I mean, he was still shot in the abdomen. Side, I guess. So I don't know, but I don't know if Eva can save George. She'd have to run to Nandro, then hope that Nandro can do something to save George. But otherwise, this is rough, buddy. All he knew was that Rudolph wanted to kill him, and that he showed no trace of hesitation. The image George had of Rudolph as the ideal cool, joke-loving adult didn't match up with the Rudolph standing in front of him, holding a gun. It was George that was looking up to Rudolph, saying, "Oh yeah, I wish I was like back when Rudolph, you know, all great and charming and popular with women and all that." George said this, and now look at what's going on. Of course, all of his respect for his uncle is probably lost now. He probably has no more respect for him. I mean, he's also going to die in a second, but yeah. No, maybe it didn't fit because it fit too well. Even though there was a gun in his hands, Rudolph had a huge smile on his face, as though he was about to tell some hilarious joke. Why would that kind, funny Uncle Rudolph do this? It made him feel unimaginably sad, and tears flowed from his eyes. Don't call him uncle anymore, that ain't your uncle, that's a piece of garbage. fighting down the pain in his side, and summoning the last of his strength, George threw his whole body into a roundhouse kick. Oh my god, George! Can you save yourself just in time to knock the gun out of Rudolph and to have Eva come in to save the day and kill Rudolph? Can you do that, George? No, maybe not. At the same time, fire spat from Rudolph's gun. The bullet pierced George's chest. George twisted and fell as blood gushed. Yeah, that should kill him. That seems to kill him. He moaned wordlessly, clenching blood-stained teeth. The frigid gun was pressed harshly against his temple. That's crazy. Killed for money, huh? The ruthless trigger forestalled any further questions. George's hands, which had been covering his wound, dropped lifelessly. After Rudolph saw the last glimmer of light leave him, he let out a deep, exhausted sigh, back into the night. Rudolph looked up into the dark, rainy sky, raindrops hitting him full in the face, and laughed at that indescribable expression, his tongue hanging out. That's great. And Eva's too late. Eva's too late to try and save her son. It's too late. Rudolph started laughing. This is probably just the thing Kitty had hoped for. It had taken some effort to kill George. Though he had been merciless, the last traces of conscience in Rudolph's heart had helped slow him down. However, now that he had killed someone with his own hands, a turning point that few people ever reached, Rudolph had finally awakened. No, he finally understood.
全く同じことさ。いつもの石取りゲームじゃん。目の前に金の山があったら早いもん勝ち。遅いやつは蹴落とされて地獄行きってわけさ。
I've scammed dozens of unfortunate saps and buried them in debt. Several of them probably ended up bankrupt, and some of those might have hanged themselves. And I always laughed, saying that wasn't my problem. Wow, Rudolph, wow. Hey, this is just like just like the gold in Kindo's backstory, right? The gold, the Japanese and the Italians kill each other with that gold. Same thing is happening here, right? People kill each other with gold. This gold that has come from Italy has killed way too many people, though. Way too many people. This is the problem with too much money, man. It just leads to people dying. That's all it does. That's all it's ever done. Too much money leads to too much greed. That's all there is to it. The only difference now is that, for the first time, I've dealt the final blow with my own hands.
ありがとう。いつも俺の心の甘えを断ち切ってくれるよ。
Rudolph the evil man. Okay. Rudolph's evil laugh rang out, yeah. The laugh was so purely evil, it was almost refreshing. Evil that still has a conscience and thinks itself good is far more repulsive to the world. If a man commits himself to an evil act, how much more pleasant and graceful it is when he is honest about his intentions. In that sense, Rudolph's smile and laugh truly were pleasant and graceful. And so, surely the brutal, bloody stage of the dining hall was also refreshing. Clang? What's going on? Why do I hear a bunch of why do I hear a bunch of clangs? A thud. What's going on? A crack, a squish. What's going on? A strange mixture of these sounds kept repeating over and over at the same tempo. Is Kitty what? Is Kitty kicking Jessica's corpse or something? Each time, a red splash landed on the nearby dangling tablecloth.
ジェシカちゃん、聞こえてる？
She sounds pretty dead to me. Looks pretty dead to me. Why are you still kicking her corpse though? You're crazy. I mean, I've given up on any hope for you, Kitty. You're crazy. We get it. But hey, this is all fake to make it look like to Angie that to make the best possible outcome for Angie. I know this is all fake. Angie knows it herself, so Kitty asked this with the sort of smile any aunt might make to her niece. However, Jessica didn't answer. There was nothing particularly surprising about this. After all, by now, her nose was broken. Why is her nose broken? Her eyes had been smashed, her teeth had been knocked out, and not only her nose, but her entire face was now hardly recognizable as a face. Just a lump of bloody flesh, and this OST playing in the background. Ridicule is an OST I will remember for the rest of my life. The first time this OST played, the last part I think it was, bro, it got me. So okay, just a lump of bloody flesh. Okay, so she's going at it at her corpse for some reason, breaking her nose, eyes smashed, though she's already dead. Well, why are you doing all this? This is too much. You're doing too much. You're literally doing too much. Kitty finally stopped her task of repeatedly smashing Jessica's face with the stock of her gun. With the stock of her gun, huh? Still sitting on top of Jessica. Sitting on top of Jessica! Kitty tossed her gun to the side, pulled a compact out of her pocket, and looked at her own face in the mirror. Then, finally, she realized that her face was covered by speckles of fresh blood.
ひどいありさまだわ。服も台無しじゃない。
Okay, what Rudolph did was bad, but this is a whole new level of evil, yo. These girls will have to go too, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go naked to the other side of the island, Kitty? Is that your plan? I mean, just have, you know, you can blow up your clothes along with the, you know, along with everything. Because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna clean the clothes? Are you gonna clean off the blood? What's up? With a muffled laugh, Kitty shakily rose to her feet. Jessica wasn't moving anymore. Of course not. She's long dead. She had been convulsing a bit until a second ago, but now she was still as a stone. She was convulsing. Oh, that would be horrifying. I don't know how Kitty can handle that. Ugh, corpse convulsing. That would be horrible.
女の顔を殴ることに関しておばさん慣れてるの。ごめんね。抵抗しないでくれたら綺麗な死に顔にしてあげられたのに。
What do you mean resisted? Did you shoot her straight in the head? Didn't you shoot her? Didn't give her a chance to react? Katie pulled the tablecloth off and used it like a towel to wipe the blood from all over her body. This OST is crazy. However, instead of taking the blood off, it just smeared it around. And did nothing to remove the stench of blood and death that covered her. Wow. When she got tired of smearing blood over the tablecloth, Katie walked over to the extension telephone in the corner of the room. Then she dialed the number for the cousin's room in the guest house. Okay, again.
もしもし私よ今度はバトラ君の番よ
Wait, what? Wait, no. Kirie, no. You lied to Rudolph? You couldn't kill Battler?
今度はバトラ君が礼拝堂前に行ってちょうだい
Oh, to the front of the chapel. That's where Rudolph is.
ええそうマリアちゃんの指示は受けてないわ
To the front, that's where Rudolph is.
そこで待っててええしっかりねバトラ君が次期当主に選ばれるよう応援してるわ
Wow. Okay, so Kire is in line to Rudolph. She still wanted to keep Battler alive, which is fair. I mean, this is to make sure that Angie, because if she kills Battler, Angie will feel sad, right? So, okay, maybe that's Kire's viewpoint. This twisted viewpoint that somehow exists within her at this point. With the same smile as usual, and the partly wiped splashes of blood still covering her face, Katie finished her call to Batman. When she set down the receiver, there was a small knock, and Rudolph came back to the room.
おお、ひでえありさまだな。
ジェシカちゃん思ったより反応のいい子でね
Ah, so before she was able to shoot her head, she reflexively moved, I guess. So Katie struggled more than she was hoping for.
まさかあそこで払いのけられるとは思わなかったわ
Okay.
この死にざまじゃ。むしろお気の毒としか言えんね。夏日姉さんにのいい女が台無しだぜ。
Wow, Rudolph. Wow.
そっちはへこずらなかっ
問題なしだ。ちょろいもんさ。
When Kiria heard Rudolph's instant response, she favored him with an evil smile. Wow. Yes, the man she loved was the sort who could do whatever he puts his mind to, without letting cheap emotions get in the way. Wow. Cheap emotions, you say. Wow.
た愛してるねルドルフさんそうでなくっちゃ
これで日当が10億出るならちょろい仕事じゃね。
An easier job. Do you think this is an easy job?
親父がよく言ってたぜ。男は人生で一度人を殺す覚悟を持って臨む日が訪れる。
常に相手を殺してでも生き残る覚悟を持ってよねお父様の言葉の中で一番好きな言葉ね
お次はどうする？俺のライフルは血を求めてるぜ。
次は大仕事よバトラ君の説得
Okay, so she's still sticking with that plan. For a second, I thought she was going to betray Rudolph, but she's still sticking with the plan to convince Battler. What about Eva? She should be coming up. Well, they don't know yet, but she should be coming up to the chapel any second now, right? Because she's still alive.
おっと、そうだった。こいつは面倒だ。引き金引かずに終わりたいもんだ。
Now, you wouldn't kill your own son, Rudolph. Come on!
私は気に入ってるのよエンジェとの三人家族の生活
No. Come on, it's Battler. He's the GOAT. Come on. You can't be that. I mean, I know you're already that bad, but come on, that bad?
でもどうしてもそれにバトラ君を加えたいというなら頑張ってね。
おう、グーの音も言わせねえつもりだ。大丈夫。うまく騙すシナリオも用意してるさ。
頑張ってね。私できることなら演者の大好きなお兄ちゃんが爆発事故に巻き込まれないことを願ってる
分かってるさ。じゃあ俺は礼拝堂に戻るぜ。
ルドルフさん、
なんだ。
バトラ君が納得しなかった。
分かってる。その気はつ
Come on, Rudolph, that's your son! No, you wouldn't! George's
バ
one
トラ
thing.
君は私との再婚に抗議して家を飛び出すくらいに行動力のある子よ。中途半端な丸め込み方で後日にいろいろと騒がれたら彼は私たちの命取りになるのよ。
分かって俺を信じろ。
もしバトラ君が不信感を持ってると私が判断したならその時は私の手で殺す。
Wow.
私の子供じゃないんだから。
Wow! Wow. He's not my kid after all. Wow.
分かってる。
He's not my kid after all. He's a wild statement.
だからキリエ、一つだけ約束してくれ。
何？
もしバトラーをうまく丸め込めて島から3人で出られた。
出られた。
What are you saying, Rudolph?
バトラのことを二度と私の子供じゃないみたいなことを言うな。
Okay, I can respect that.
母なんだから。
I mean, I can see that viewpoint.
いいわ。約束してあげる。
Because like Rudolph doesn't want to mess things up with the whole thing. So actually, he doesn't want, you know, because Kitty is like the only mother Batter has left, right? Because even if Batter doesn't see her as a mother, Rudolph is saying that, yeah, you're his mother though, but like so you know, don't. I get it. Still kind of disgusting, but okay. Kitty shrugged and answered as she loaded bullets.
あなたは礼拝堂へ。私はバトラ君が出て行った頃を見計らってゲストハウスの連中をすべて片付けるわ。
You go to the chapel, I'll wait until Batman is left, and clean up everything inside the guest house. Okay.
「大丈夫か？一人で。
そっちこそ。
Batter left the guest house under an umbrella. Second. Should be doing that alone. You're about yourself. Okay, cool. Batter left the guest house under an umbrella. Okay. He had been called to the aviary in front of the chapel, just like George had been. Not even half an hour had passed since the time George and Jessica had been called out. Apparently, this test didn't last too long.
クソじじめ。
By this point, surely Eva's coming out of the chapel. How long did it take Eva to... I mean, how long was she fainted for? And how long does it take her to test the gun and go up to the surface? Like, come on, Eva. Get out there.
昼飯にさえ姿を出さなかったくせに、こんな時間にのこのこ現れてテストだとは恐れ入るぜ。引きこもり生活で昼夜が逆転してやがるに違いねえ。
Complaining all the way, Brad strolled off into the rain. Almost immediately, he was swallowed up by the darkness of the rose garden and passed out of sight. And then, Kitty could be seen coming out from the darkness of the rose garden. Her right hand held the gun. Her left umbrella. Her inner pocket contained the master key ring she had stolen from Gora. Right, that's why she needed to kill Gora. The master keys. What happened to Genji Kumasawa, by the way? Where are they at? Are they just letting all this happen? Yeah, sure, they killed Beato and Gora. Genji Kumasawa should be, and Nanjo. They should be out here somewhere, right? What happened to them? I feel like that's a flaw, a hole in all this. In all these events, is that they're absent from this. All the rest of the servants are absent from this. Her right pocket had a handful of bullets. Her left had a knife she had taken from the kitchen. Wait a minute. Let's look at the character file. Because we don't get to read anything new, do we? We already read about all this. Okay. We don't get to read anything new about Kitty and Rudolph, do we? Leon is still here. Rudolph. Okay. Her right pocket, we didn't get much information from the character card. Her right pocket had a handful of bullets. Her left held a knife she had taken from the kitchen. But yeah, this seems to be a hole in this these entire events, is that those three are missing. Kumasawa, Genji, and Nanjo. She was a carefully and perfectly outfitted murderer. Another bolt of lightning struck down from the swirling skies. It lit up only half of Kitty's face. Her cheek was still covered with Jessica's blood. Under the eaves, Kitty folded up her umbrella, smiled, and spoke to no one.
ただいま、みんな。
Wait, was I supposed to interpret that as a glass break? Wait, was I supposed to I feel like I was supposed to interpret as a glass break. Rudolph could be seen under the eaves of the chapel. He had hidden his gun in the nearby shadows and was now smoking a cigarette. He's smoking cigarettes. I feel like I'm supposed to interpret that as a glass break, because like she opened the door and then we went to Rudolph. But I don't know. Not a proper glass break hasn't happened yet, so I'm scared. But it felt like the end of a chapter. Is that just me? Even though a glass break didn't happen. Have we been recording for an hour? We have been recording for about an hour-ish. What do you guys reckon? Should we keep going a little longer to see what he says? Just in case, maybe, maybe there is an element to that, right? Should I? Or should I not? The thing is, I can't ask you all. But we know a glass break supposedly happens every episode, right? You know what? It's been about an hour. If the glass break happens next part, that's fine. I feel like that's how I'm going to interpret that, okay? The glass break happened this time, and we shall see. Yeah, we'll continue this next time. Because that door opening felt like a glass break to me, so... Alright. We've been going for an hour anyway, so... Typically, these Tea Party parts have been like an hour and a half. One of them was 2.5 hours, but that's because we included 2 glass breaks in that. So, we're gonna add things there, but I think that's fine. What an insanely long this is definitely longer than the episode 4 Tea Party. I think. What do you guys think? I think it has to be. This has to be longer than the episode 4 Tea Party. Like, the episode 4 Tea Party was long, but it was not this long. It was not this long, right? I think you can all agree on that. Maybe I'm wrong. But okay, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed reading it. More craziness happened this part. More just psychopath Rudolph Kitty craziness. That's really what we got out of this part. They succeeded in getting George and Jessica killed. Again, in a very, very disgusting manner. And now Kitty is gonna take care of things in the guest house, quote unquote, which to me says that Mud is going to die. Maybe non-Joe Kimosawa and Genji are also in the guest house, so she's gonna take care of them as well. Maybe. But yeah. If Rudolph is in the chapel here with Battler, when Battler's going to show up soon, I expect Eva to pop up any second now. Because Eva's been awake for a while now. I think, at least, based on when we last saw her. So I expect to see Eva soon. But okay, I'm gonna let things there. Tea Party part, what, 4 was this? This is 4? Over. I'll see you guys in the Tea Party part 5. Yeah, these have been some... This has been a long Tea Party. Have I recorded over 6 hours now? Because the Tea Party episode 4 is 6 hours. I feel like this is longer than that. Because you got to remember that also in the Tea Party episode 4, I was reading very, very slowly. Well, not very, very slowly, but definitely slower than usual, right? So when I think about it like that, yes, it took me 6 hours to read the Tea Party of episode 4. But let's think about it. The first part of this Tea Party is an hour long, and then after that, I checked, it was like 2.5 hours or something. So that would be 3.5 hours long. And then you add the last part, which is an hour and a half. So 3.5 plus an hour and a half, that's 5 hours. Plus this part, that makes 6 hours. So already, I think after the end of this part, we already hit 6 hours of this Tea Party. After this party's over. You see what I'm talking about? Like, this Tea Party is definitely longer than the episode 4 Tea Party. But you guys can tell me I'm wrong and prove me wrong, whatever. But it feels like it is longer. So... So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoy watching this at least as much as I enjoy reading it. And I'll see you guys next time then. Alright, y'all. Peace.